welcome back to the pack. Woo! Alright guys, in this video, we got another doom scrolling video today. And I have 3 artworks today that I'm going to show my sister Plush.
Only 3? I thought you had like 8, you told me.
So I did have others. I needed to get permission for one of them. They didn't email me back though. So just 3 for today.
Okay.
And then we're going to discuss it. We're going to review the art, say what we love, what we don't love, what we like, what inspires us when we're looking at it. And then we're going to come up with our own art challenge for a part 2 video. So Plush, you ready?
I am ready.
All right. So first artist, found on Twitter. I think all the artists I found for today are on Twitter, but I will discuss everything. So first art is this wonderful piece.
Oh, hell yeah. 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 Love this man.
So not only for anyone that doesn't know, this is fan art of an anime called Hellsing. This character is Alucard. He's a vampire.
Alucard.
Dracula backwards. And this artist, so a little bit about this artist. His name, he doesn't have his name on his, oh yeah, he does have his name. His name is Ivan. His user on Twitter is kanji5575594. That's only on their Twitter. They do have Instagram. They have Kara, YouTube, Twitch.
Let's go. They got everything. Let's go.
They got everything. I think it's under kanji_1, but I'm gonna put their Twitter handle mainly on the screen, and then they have a link tree in their bio that you can click to find their other social media posts. They are a 2D artist mainly, and they're Russian. They don't have an age up, but they do a lot of portraits. A lot of it is anime. They have like some One Piece. They have a lot of portraits like this where it's half body, very this painterly style. You can really see like the mess.
I love how this looks. Like every stroke is like I placed it here and I'm not doing anything else to it because that's exactly what I wanted. That was exactly what it was intended.
Exactly. And like what really like not only just this art in general, like that's just gorgeous, but I really love like the top being like the dark and then to white. It almost looks like the paint is dripping down.
Yeah, or like if it was a printer, it was like it ran out of ink, or like if it was in this like demon style, or it's like he's coming out of like a portal, like he's like coming out of something like unreal.
Yeah, it's so, and like I love this piece because of the guns. They're like overtly long, like they just go out of the screen. Yeah.
They do.
And that's very Alucard. Yeah. That's very Alucard. He would have a gun that's like fucking like 12 inches long.
My favorite thing about this is the way they rendered his face. Oh my god, his face. Like his smile is so iconic. Like his like arrogant, but also like I'm better than you, and also like I'm confident. Like it's not even just arrogance. Like I know who I am and I can kill you. Is perfectly captured here. And I also really like the rendering of his nose. I just feel like it looks so good and like detailed. I like that there's because the bottom light is like empty. It's like you would think it just means there's no color, but he's using it as a light source. Like the white from there being nothing is a light source that's shining up onto his face and creating like that shadow on his nose. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I love that. Like that's the beautiful like perfectly using light and using just the colors in the piece to really like play with each other. Like again, I 100% agree with you. His expression is very bloodlusty, which is very Alucard, super Alucard, and it's almost like his glasses, like is glowing too. Like it's almost another light source.
Yes, they do look like they're glowing, and that's a very classic look. And I really like how his hair looks really messy, but like there's not that many individual strands. Like it's not detailed in a way of like line art is detailed in a very like in like a way that there's little strands that are in specifically white to show you the detail of it, but then there's also some in red, there's some in black. Like he's just using the tonal color shifts to show like the depth of the hair and not like line art, which just looks so good. Like the way it's like covering his glasses, it just looks so good. It's just like, mwah, this is so good. His face is like eating right now. Like I love his face.
I like it because like composition wise, it really like everything about the pose really draws you into specifically the face. Like the hands and the guns kind of frame that like area, and then there's that negative space where like between the gun and the head, and then the hat is like basically like kind of like perfectly tip to tip of where the gun is. So it's like almost like it's
framing
it's
it.
Box it in. It's like perfectly framing it in.
It is. I didn't even notice that. That's so cool. And I also like, I love how kind of disproportionate his body is. Like his shoulders are huge. Like his chest huge. He is not.
And when you think about it, because he's wearing in the show, he's wearing like this big red trench coat. Like it makes sense. Like you can kind of see a little bit of what them trying to like on the left side where the red is. They're trying to like you put the collar there and like kind of like not fully, because a lot about this piece is just form. There's not any line art really. The only line art you could maybe see is in the mouth, because that's where the tightest lines are.
That's like the most rendering is in the face. Like he really made sure to like, he didn't need to put that much detail. It's not that he couldn't or that he doesn't have the skill to. He didn't want to. Like that's an intentional choice. He just said, you don't need to see all that, because I know that your eyes are gonna get this with just this much. Like he barely shows like the hands, like the fingers are not really like all the way done, or like the symbol on his glove that he usually has is also like only there enough for you to know that's there. But honestly that's what makes it really, really cool and like so fun and so impressive, honestly, because to do art in this way where it's like you're really just putting only the essentials to let you know what the character is doing and what is happening and what's the context. Like he only gave you exactly what you needed, and that's a skill. That is so hard to do. I cannot do that.
And like I also want to talk about like specifically the style and how it like elevates this piece, because like this specific type of like very like really rough, very not organized, it's very like almost like frantic type of painting style, I feel like adds to like the character and like this piece being fan art of the character. And I really want to discuss that and talk about that, because it's like, imagine this piece like, let's say in watercolor. I think like it would still, because watercolor can look messy, it's like really watery and stuff, but I feel like it wouldn't have this level of impact, because also Alucard and in general Dracula vampire stuff is very like old Renaissance paintings, like old oil paintings.
That's true.
So it feels like it elevates it being this type of textured, like this type of texture oil painting style,
like this brush
that
stroke,
adds to
like
it.
a really thick brush.
Exactly. And it's like, I think, and especially the hat, like you can tell the hat is like almost like a leathery kind of, like it has that texture. It's very like almost being like sucked away into the background, like especially the left side of his hat, you barely can see it. Like it's basically being sucked into the shadows, which is another thing about vampires and Dracula. Like they're at in the nighttime, they're like in the shadows. Like it adds to that fear and that like horror element that vampires usually have.
And I agree. I think the art, the specific style of that he painted this with really does elevate it, because it's true. Like again, like if he would have went in more into like the details of like making the gun or making his whole like his whole outfit, I think I would have like focused less on his face, or I would have just, my eyes would have just been drawn to things, because especially like guns are really shiny and stuff. Like there's things about like the coat could have been like really detailed. He could have put stuff in the background that could have distracted me, or it's like he didn't want any of those things to get you distracted. He wanted you to look at Alucard. He wanted even like, let's say, fuck the audience. He wanted the impact and fear that Alucard brings, like
exactly.
And this does that. Like it makes you feel like intimidated, because like he looks so cool and he kind of looks a little silly, like you want to get to know him, but like you're staying 10 feet apart. I'm looking at him at a distance, because I'm not trying to get close, because if I do, he's probably gonna kill me instantly, and I'm not trying to be there for that.
Exactly. Like he has that like wicked, like excited,
yeah, very
like feelings about being like violent and like just being like loving violence.
Yes, and it's like especially with the context of the show and I know there was like a parody we used to watch that would make us laugh a lot of this, and it's just
Hellsinger Bridge.
There was just so much. I have so much love for this character, so this just makes me like so excited. Like it captures him like so cool. I really like that it's just black, white, gray, and red. Like he didn't add much color at all. Like the only different and vibrant color is that orange glasses, which is perfect.
I know.
Perfect. It's like it still matches, but it really does stand out. So cool. Damn, I love his hair. Oh, his hair looks so good. I want to touch it.
Yeah, and like if you look a little bit in his chest, you can see a tiny bit of like him trying to like paint like a blouse and a tie there.
Yeah.
But it's super like abstract. Like it's like
it's
just the idea of that being there. It's not even just it being fully drawn.
Yeah, and I love it. Like the tiny bits of brush strokes that he puts on the arms. In the towards the bottom, like it's truly so minimal, but it's so cool, and it really is enough. Like to know how to do art to this level is so impressive and so cool to me. This shit is so cool. This is a great banger first pick. I love this.
I know.
Oh,
I'm so
I love
glad
this.
you didn't see it. I was worried that you might have seen it. I tried. I don't know why. I think on Twitter, I think on the desktop version, in the mobile version, you could check who has liked. The piece, and I tried to check and it wouldn't let me.
Oh, okay.
In the desktop version, and I was like, "Fuck! I really hope that Plush didn't see this already," because I know sometimes you see stuff, and like at least on Instagram now, they'll show you if someone has liked something, which is helpful. But I was like, all right, it's just my Hail Mary. Hopefully, she hasn't seen this.
Even if I did, if I did and I didn't show you that I saw it, that means we have so much to talk about regardless, because that means I saw it, freaked out on my own, and then moved on, and that's not how we should be doing things.
100%. All right, you ready to move on to the next one? Or is there anything else you want? Have any other lasting comments?
No, I just want everyone to check out this artist, and if they sell shit, buy their shit. No,
yeah, they have. I'm gonna put all their social media stuff and their credits to every single one of their social medias on the screen. You'll probably see it now. Please follow them. They're really cool. They make great work. Maybe possibly commission them. I don't remember if they have commissions, but you know, it's always possible. Artists will do anything for money.
Yep, 100%. All right, move on to the next one.
All right, next one. You're gonna gag.
I'm ready.
I want to see if you can you can guess what the fandom is from. Because at first I don't know why I couldn't remember where it was from, but then I read the comments and I was like, I'm stupid.
Okay. Ooh, is this Arcane?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is gorge. Oh, the impact of the blue, and she's not just blue. She's like blue, green, and orange and yellow.
Yep.
Ooh.
All the cool tones.
So is this supposed to be Jinx?
It's supposed to be Powder.
Yeah, Powder, right? The one that's from the good version.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be the alternate timeline Jinx, and like if she had to fight.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, shit, she never picked up a sword. Why does she have a sword on her? And then I'm looking at the background. I'm like, ooh, war broke out. Ooh, yeah, the peace didn't last.
So that's like the implication of this piece. And like, I remember when I saw this piece, I gasped and went, oh, because I was like instantly in love with it. Because of like, just like the blue and red contrast, perfect. Yeah, eats. I was like, what? Because like, listen, like because of it's like this style Jinx, like you know that there was peace, and so that adds that what happened after Echo left.
Yeah, there's storytelling.
Yeah. You know, I mean, spoilers if you haven't seen Arcane season 2, please go watch it. Like,
yeah.
But Echo goes through. Echo is a character in Arcane, and he goes through like a different alternate universe where he has all his friends and loved ones. They're all alive. Most of his loved ones and, you know, his friends are dead or have been corrupted. And so he goes to this alternate timeline and he sees like Jinx, who is Powder, original name. And she kind of looks like this. She has a cute little twin tail buns and she has like cute like jeans and stuff, and she's all cute and whatever. And so that universe was meant to be the perfect universe where like everything kind of worked out. And so for this piece, you know, she has this long range pistol, she has a sword, and there's also the two sides fighting, which is a common theme in Arcane. It's the underbelly versus the upper level fighting consistently. And it's always a thing in Arcane with Jinx and Powder that she doesn't really she doesn't really want to fight. She does it because she has to. So like this perfect piece also encapsulates the mood of like sadness and isolation of like you're not gonna be able to live the life that you want. You have to live to survive.
Yeah,
you know.
And it's like also her whole thing in her universe is that she is really smart, but she doesn't want to take the steps to like, you know, utilize her genius because she likes being with her friends and family and close by and taking care of the last drop. Like she doesn't want to do those things, and it's like this situation is gonna also force her hand to be like, all right, I'm gonna have to use my brains to help with this, because it's like I'm gonna have to pick up the gun or pick up the sword. I'm gonna have to do something instead of staying in the sidelines like I want to, because it's easier. I gotta do what's hard. And I think this captures it really well. Like it really does, like the emotion, like the depth of like the art, like the subtleties of like the lighting, because all these colors are so close together, and they created so much depth in like her in her face and her body, the like position that she's standing in. Like, there's so much like she's like, I have to do what I don't want to do kind of face, and it reads so well, and it's so beautiful, and it's honestly heartbreaking to see, because she's gonna have to put herself in a fight that she doesn't think is necessary. Like they all in this universe, alternate universe, everyone was friends. Everyone, it was like the best case scenario, and it still went to shit. This is so good.
So this artist, they didn't have their real name on their Twitter. This is also another Twitter piece. But their username is at JECTOM1, JECTOM1. They didn't have any pronouns listed either. They do have that they speak English and Chinese, so I'm assuming they're Asian in some kind of way. They're an illustrator. They use Weibo too. I didn't get their username for Weibo, but I'll put it up there. They do a lot of painterly style pieces, like kind of like this vibe, a lot of oil painting type vibes. They also draw traditionally with pencil and charcoal, and I'll definitely put some of those up on the screen because oh my god, their charcoal pieces, bro.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
Ooh.
And they do have a lot of pieces that are very like a lot of inner turmoil, very like frantic, scared, like when you're like feeling insane, or like you're feeling like you're just like out of control. They have a lot of pieces like that.
Okay, so they like strong emotions, and you could tell like she really likes, or they really like focusing on just strong emotions and things that are difficult to deal with.
Yeah, and like I want to point out, like composition wise, you can tell there's a light source from the top.
Yes.
So you're assuming that they're in the underbelly.
Yeah, they're in Zon.
They're in Zon. So like that light in the middle there is perfectly like almost spotlighting Jinx, and then to the bottom you can even see more. The floor is reflecting whatever light being casted off of Jinx.
Yeah, I really like that. The floor is cracked up and broken, like it's already been being destroyed.
Yeah, so like if you look at it, like you step back, it's a perfect straight line in this piece, perfectly like encapsulating the divide as well in like the both sides, and you can see a little bit the lighting being reflected off some of the people from Jinx.
Yeah, and it looks really good, and it's like also I really like with as little as we get from the background, because it's not that much, it's a lot of like blurred lines. There's enough for me to know that everything's already falling apart, like literally, like things are being destroyed, like those like specks are like boulders falling, like everything's already like this is the depth of the fight. The fight didn't just start, we've been in it, and it's already been like a destruction. So this could even imply that like Jinx or Powder didn't start helping or like being in the fight until it got so bad that she had to. Which is really cool and interesting. Like there's a lot of storytelling in this one, for real.
Yeah, and I also like environmentally, like because of the way that they did the structure, like it could be rock and it could also be smoke and fog.
Yeah.
Like especially in the bottom there, it looks like foggy mist.
That's true, because if they're in Zon, they have all that like the nasty like stuff that actually no, but this is so they don't have that anymore.
So, but then it implies maybe they started doing that thing that Caitlyn did.
Yeah.
They're using that for warfare.
That's so true.
And it's like, also, I want to talk about, like, just character at the moment. So, like, when we look straight at Jinx, like, look at her expression.
I know.
She almost looks, like, somber. Like, she is, like, disassociated.
Bro, she accepted it. She's like, at this point, there's nothing else for me to do but be here.
Yeah, like, that's kind of like the vibe here. Like, I'm really zooming in, and you're right. There is more than just blues.
Yeah,
It's like greens and yellows.
There's so much depth in the whole, honestly, her whole body, because of, but with such a like small color palette. Like, it's awesome. It's so cool and impressive to be able to show such depth.
Yeah, and like, I would even say small color palette. I think they're really utilizing the entirety of the blue, green, yellow range here.
That's true.
They even have like a tiny bit of like red, especially near the bottom of the shoe.
True.
Like, they have some red
and oranges
there
and stuff, and also they have white in there too. So yeah, you're right. That's true. I just find this incredible. This would be hard for me, and I guess that's why I think that, because I would struggle with so little.
Yeah, and like, also composition wise, the way that all the people are stacked above each other.
Yes.
They're like framing her. They're framing her there too.
Yeah, I like that. I like this like whole thing of like the people kind of like swarming or overwhelming her. Like, realistically, obviously they're not stacked up on top of each other, but just to show like the depth of how many people are in this war, I think that shit is so cool.
Yeah, 100%. And I also like the idea that the floor is reflective, like almost like it's clean, which is like
or it could be
take.
filled with water, like it could be that like everything's a mess and they're just throwing anything everywhere. It could just be dirty.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about water. It could be water.
It could be slush. It could be nasty. Whatever. It could be anything.
Yes.
Anything that reflects. It could be. That's true.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I think color-wise, like, not only they chose blue because powder obviously is like powder blue and whatever, but I think the blue, the green, and all those things really, like, because like her character in the show is just, she is so tired. She is like a lot of the times borderline depressed. She doesn't really care about anything.
Oh, Jinx or Powder?
So, like, both. I feel like
Powder was a little more. I feel like Powder was a little more hopeful and happier.
She was more insecure.
She was more innocent though.
That's also true, but that's also another thing that blue kind of implies too. Like, it's like very young. It's like, especially this baby blue, like very young, very like, because like you think of babies when you think of baby blue and you see powder pink, like, you know, like you think like young innocence. So I really, really appreciate the color contrast in this piece.
Yeah, really, really good. So cool.
Yeah, and it's like the mood too. Like, obviously war is gonna, like, that's like, you know, violence is always gonna be red and everything. So like, I think I really appreciate that, like, it's like they added really, really dark reds too, which also shows like how far away they are too.
Yeah,
like,
the depth.
you could imply that she's not even that close to them because they're like so much darker in comparison to her.
That's true.
Like, so I really, really like this piece. I remember when I saw it on Twitter, I literally like stopped and like, I was like, holy shit, like, this is art. Now this is art. Like, this was dripping with like all the good nectar that like this like art has, because everyone in the comments were so gassed.
Bro,
every single person in the comments were gassed.
Valid though. Like, this is gas. This is so cool.
Please check them out. They draw really, really good. I think they take commission. So, hey, if you want a commission, go ahead.
Yep, definitely show them some love.
Yeah. I honestly think the character design for Powder and Jinx were very, very good.
People of Arcane were cooking hard. The artists, they knew what the hell they were doing.
They do. Didn't you just get merchandise from Arcane?
I did. I got some cute plushies, and I love them. I love the show.
Oh my god. I'll put them up in the screen so you guys can see which one she
They're
got.
So
she got like
cute.
a blind box.
Yeah, I got a blind box, and guess what, actually? In the blind box, I opened the first one, so I got two, because it was a blind box, and I wanted certain characters, but I was like, you know what? If I can at least get like two, I'll probably get at least one of the ones I like. So I got one.
Okay.
The first one I opened it up. It was Echo. I was so lit because I love Echo. I'm like, oh my god, let me open the next one. How funny would it be if I got Jinx, because people ship Jinx and Echo. So I opened it up. It was Jinx! It was Jinx! Time bomb for the win. And I was so happy. I was so happy.
Hell yeah. Okay, next piece. This is the last one.
Okay.
I couldn't get approval for the other one, unfortunately. So this will be the last one. But it's the similar vibe, you know?
Yeah, you know, we wanna make sure to respect artists. If they say don't repost art, we're not gonna look at them. We're not gonna comment on them. And if it says you need to ask, we'll wait to ask and maybe put it in another video. But we're not gonna disrespect artists. That's not how we roll.
100%. We respect artists in this house. That's why we put all the credit everywhere you can see them, because they deserve it. And, you know, in this, like, social media, like, time, a lot of people, you know, reposters are real and they don't like to credit. And a lot of people just, like, take art and they go, oh my god, this was me yesterday. And it's like, all right, you commented, you make your stupid little meme, but then you should also credit where you found the art from. Reverse Google search is a thing.
Yeah.
But that's a rant for another day.
And I can go into it because it makes me mad that people see art as like some fun little thing that they can just have no matter what, like as if it's free, as if like art isn't the most beautiful, coolest, most interesting thing ever, and they think they deserve to have it for free whenever they want because they like it. And it's like, girl, just because you like it doesn't mean it's yours.
Yeah, for me it's more like I don't want to get too much into it, but for me it's like, I don't mind that people see art and they're like, oh my god, that's so me, I'm gonna post it. That's fine with me, but you have to credit.
Or respect the artist's wishes. If the artist says don't do that, you gotta get over yourself and don't do it.
Yeah, like just make a text post. Make a text post. Those are good too.
Yeah, or like shit, at least put it on your story so that it disappears after 24 hours. I don't know. Like I just feel like we should be reasonable here.
Yeah. Yeah, 100% agree. But let's get into the last drawing of my DoomScroll.
I'm so excited.
And I really had to sift through a lot. You know my bookmarks are fucking thick.
Full my bookmarks. Full.
I was scrolling for like 15 minutes straight, and I wasn't even like done with this month.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I save so much art all the time. I'm like, I wish we can make like 4 videos, like one every day, because I just have so much and I want to talk about it. And also like sometimes it's like a trend and I'm like, no, by the time we talk about it, it'll be dead and then we won't talk about it. I want to talk about it.
I hate the thought of trends dying. Like, you got to keep it alive. We keep it alive. Don't worry. We'll make a trend video.
Yeah. I'm thinking of doing one. So let us know if you guys want to see like a art trends video, like I don't know, maybe you can make it a series.
But let's go to the next and last piece here.
Okay,
I'm hitting send.
Oh yeah, your obsession.
Yeah You know my boy Wolverine.
Damn, this looks good.
Literally, all right, like let's get over the fact that I am obsessed with Wolverine. Always have been, and that there's no bias here that I fucking love Wolverine. But let's get past that. Yeah. In general, this piece is fucking fire. So this person, they also didn't have their name. This is from Twitter. Their username is Toby_0W0. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. I'm gonna also post their other social medias also up on the screen. They are Chinese. They draw a lot of fan art from multiple different fandoms. I think like the first like couple posts were like Bleach and Avatar, the blue people.
Ooh, oh, okay. yeah, you do. It's important.
You gotta differentiate. And they just draw anime in general. They draw a lot of anime, a lot of fan art stuff. Mm-hmm. They mostly draw a lot of pieces like this where it's like portraits, and like they draw some full bodies too, but definitely check them out. I remember seeing this because, you know, once you like one fandom's artwork, you get a shit ton of others. Yeah. And I literally had to like, I gasped when I saw this. I literally went, Wooga! Like, what? Like, gorgeous!
You know that, what's that sound effect where it's like a car screeching and it's like stops everything? That's what happens in my brain when I see a good piece of art and I was scrolling and I have to just like, and then I scroll back up like, oh shit, no way.
Yes. So, like, let's talk about it. I guess we'll talk about character because it's obviously Wolverine. But let's talk about, like, what you find out about this character in this piece. Obviously, the facial expression, devastated. It's like he doesn't know what's happening. This is, like, new.
Yeah, honestly, this feels like a young Wolverine, like, just experiencing his claws for, like, the first time. And, like, or he just raged out so bad and he just came to his senses. Because that could be it too.
I like that too.
It could be that too, where like he raged out so bad that he just ended up killing people, maybe killing people he didn't mean to kill, or innocent people. And now he's like, oh shit.
Yeah. And like, I like it's like if you really zoom in, you can really see like his eyes and his eyebrows. Like he's like scrunched up. He's like confused. Like his expression looks confused.
Yes, he does. I also really like that the left eye is darker than the right eye. Kind of like your focus is supposed to be that left side almost, because like it's like the right side is a little more faded. It's a lot more gray. It's like less deeper blacks in that side, which I thought was really interesting and cool. Where it's like he's like also losing himself. Like he's like almost like not dissociating, but like you know when you like just gloss over in like in shock where you lose yourself. Or you're like, oh, I'm this terrible person. Like there's only like a glimmer in his eye on the left side, where it's like a little piece of him is still holding on to like whatever the fuck he either came out of, like coming out of a rage, or just like, or he's just like, this is a new experience, and he's like, oh no, what have I done? And a little piece of him is still holding on.
Yeah, and a little, because especially that right side has no catch light at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It is literally just completely faded, and it's also like a little bit of like, what have they done to me, or like what have I done?
Could have been
like, that is definitely the question that's being said in his mind right now.
And I really want to, and I really love the texture in this, like the texture of like the paint, the red paint, almost like fingerprints, kind of feeling like, kind of like when you're like when you press paint with your hands. That's like the look of the texture. And I love it. I love texture in art no matter what. That's already, you already won me over when you add texture to art no matter what. Like then like texture is just like, you know, the brush, like the different types of brushes that are like grainier, or like you could see the strokes in them. I love that.
See the material.
Yeah, like I really do love that. And I love that you could see it in mostly like the red parts, like the bloody parts. I think that's really interesting and really fun, and really adds to like the fear in this piece, like the not understanding what's going on, the loss of it. And so I think that's so cool.
Yeah, and it's like if we go into like more color and texture, like let's talk about the metal of his claws. Like there's like, usually metal is very specific, but the color palette is so minimal that he still manages to capture the metal feel,
like the shine,
without doing that much, because especially in that left claw, the very very left claw, you can see how metally it looks. But if you look at like let's say the right hand, the first claw is just all white, just with like a little bit of that blue gray thing there, but it still feels like metal. It looks like someone just shined the light on him, or like someone just opened the door and he was in a dark room.
Yes, I also really want to take a moment to appreciate how like simple the claws are. There's no line art on the claws, and it's also just like one big shape. It's like a very simple, like almost like paper cutout kind of shape.
Yeah, it's like one stroke.
It's like one stroke, and that's so cool and interesting to me already. I do really love that. I didn't even notice that the claws were like still like has that metallic look with so little like there. And I think that's so cool that they accomplished that look so well with so little. And I really do like this like light source. Like I didn't really realize like where the light source is coming from. It really is like he's in some type of hole or something, or like
like a locked room or something. It looks like maybe he was locked up somewhere.
Yeah, and he had to do what he had to do to get out. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, exactly. And like again, like the red, I feel like the specific color of red really works with the general color palette.
Yeah, this like gray tone.
Like this, because it's like very gray, but it's a very blue gray.
Yeah,
it's like
cool
not
tone.
It's a very cool tone gray. And so this red is like, I feel like if they would have chosen a more like maybe more orangey red, I feel like it wouldn't have like the same impact.
I feel like it wouldn't look as realistic.
Yeah.
I also really like that the details are like, again, a choice in this one, just like the first piece, where it's like they don't need to like, they didn't really flesh out the fingers, especially like that first that pinky finger on the right hand. Like the nail looks like just a sketch. Like it doesn't even look like they did anything to it at all. And like some of the fingers look way longer than the other ones. And I think all of that is cool. It kind of gives to like, it kind of adds more to and also like the left hand has a lot more like thicker, messy, like black lines. Kind of looks like when you color over with like crayon, like the type of messy it is. And I think that's cool because it kind of adds more to this very much like he's distressed, he's disoriented, like something's going on, and it's like when you're like freaking out, everything can feel like like it's coming away from you, or it's like this, or something's going on. So I really like that the fingers are not really that fleshed out. I find it more interesting, and my eyes were drawn to it more. I appreciate it more as I'm looking at it.
Because you know what? I feel like it adds to like the frantic, like just like the frantic feeling that this piece is trying to invoke in you. Like it's really trying to show you like an out of control, like not like truly freaking out, and like keeping all like the details not, it's like almost more abstract.
Yeah.
Because it's more about the feeling that you're feeling is a really great choice. I even like that the black almost feels like ink.
It does.
I feel like I like that idea. I don't know if I'm being too artsy fartsy, but it's like, oh, like the same thing how like blood like stains and like it can stay with you, especially after trauma. Like ink, like you can't get rid of it.
Yeah, you cooking.
It's like a stain.
You're cooking.
You know?
Damn, you're cooking with that one.
Yeah, and like in the overall general mood of this piece is so like, I like that there's nothing in the background. I feel like it would have been too distracting.
Yeah.
Like, and I also like that the claws are framing his face.
A lot of
expression.
framing. Yo, people, just artists, God, they're so good. Their minds, you know, their minds.
Composition is so important in a piece, especially, and it's because not only is the claws framing his face, the light source is framing his face. Like it's coming from the left, and it's like opening up, and like that's where the light kind of ends, like where his chest is. Like it's perfectly like pushing your eye to be like, look here.
Yeah, wow, there really is like a lot of different art style, like styles in this, like the inky kind of like swips of the hair, like the really textured paint, or like kind of like the texture of like a sponge, or like some type of material. With the very like the blotchy like paint of like his face. Like there's a lot of different textures and styles here. That's so cool. I don't even know how you go about adding so many different styles in a piece. Like I couldn't wrap my head around where to start and what to add, and I think that's so cool. Like them using like the shadow of the fingers down the left hand as like just texture instead of just like a smooth like actual shadow is so cool. So interesting. Like the very like oil painting of like this chain that's like barely there, just like little blobs of paint. That's so cool. And even like the like soft like opaque like shading of the face, like this nose is like barely there. There's barely anything to like indicate a nose. It's like one baby nostril and then the right side of the shadow that's mostly making the appearance of his nose, and that's so cool to me. Like to know the structure of the face so well that like that's enough to show like what you need is so interesting. I struggle so much with that, and that's so cool to me.
No, it's super cool. And like I try to like when I look at art, because like doom scrolling is just enjoying it, but like when I'm really trying to like analyze art, and that's what's like the beautiful thing about this type of challenge that we're doing, is that we're really like looking for it. And like if I had to put myself in this artist's shoes and I was like, all right, I want to make a Wolverine fan art, what do I like? Because like I feel like I would try to go through the steps of what I really like about Wolverine, and clearly this person likes like the devastating quality of like when like Wolverine is like him having the antimanium was not his choice.
It's a curse,
and like it's like something that's devastating. And like a lot of people like when like, you know, let's say for example, a lot of people like vampire stuff, a lot of people like horror, a lot of people like bad ending stuff, a lot of people only like hero stuff. And so it's like I think when I think about maybe putting myself in his shoes and I want to start a piece, I think maybe he's like, all right, I want to draw something devastating. I want to like, I want to show the expression of how devastating something is, and be like, all right, I really want to draw Wolverine, and his situation is so devastating. And I think he starts with an expression and goes from there. That's my theory.
That. I could see that they started with like maybe just like the eyes or the face, and then worked from there. That'd be so cool. Yeah. And honestly, I really like the messiness of the hair. Like it's just like a bunch of swirls. Like, and it really adds. It's so interesting how like separated. Like if I just took photos of just like the separated parts of this, I would feel like it's so messy. But altogether, it's so clear. There's nothing that doesn't feel like it's not intentional. Like it's so cool. This is so cool. Yeah. And can you believe that people say fan art is not real art? Look at what we're looking at right now.
literally every single piece I've shown you has been fan art.
And it's like, I can't believe people try to make this like this case about like fan art not being real art. Like, this takes so much skill as an artist. Like, this takes everything that art like that what quote unquote real artists do, and it's doing it. It's applying it. It's so cool, and I love the fan art community so much for keeping not only like fandoms alive, or like exploring more characters where we're like, you know, maybe the show is gone or they're waiting for another season, like just keeping it alive, exploring more things about them. Like, for example, like in Arcane, people are still drawing so much like Arcane fan art, or like dissecting every single little thing. Like, fandom culture, all that shit is so important for keeping those things alive and interesting and fun. And it brings you
even with Hellsing.
Yeah, it's so fun and cool. Exactly. Hellsing's old as hell.
Yeah, Hellsing's old, but like it's still very much alive. And like even with the Abridged series, their Abridged series is still like
old.
We were like still storytelling. Like, they basically retold a whole story and basically using editing. Like, that's still art to me. That's still storytelling. And they brought a whole new generation of people that didn't watch Hellsing or didn't know about it to go watch the show again, or just at least know the characters again.
Exactly.
Like, hilarious.
It's just so cool. And this person is so impressive. This piece is so cool. It is so cool. Like, honestly, they barely give like much for like the body's form. Like, the chest is like very barely there, and even then it kind of feels like the chest is a little wonky, or like maybe not in the right spot. But it's because
I think it's not even supposed to be like the focus.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the focus. Like, they gave like a swish of lines for a little bit of chest hair, a little bit of like the pecs, a little bit, but that's not the point. The point is the messiness of like him spiraling because he doesn't know what
the message.
Yeah, exactly.
It's sending a message. You know what I mean?
No, what meme?
It's a quote from a movie or something where it's like, you don't do it because of something. It's like, you do it to send a message.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's stupid. I'll put it up in the screen.
Okay.
But those are all the pieces I had. I told you that they all kind of had a theme. They kind of did.
Yeah.
Like, unintentionally too. Like, I did gather like 8 or so pieces. But then I noticed like a theme, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick these specific ones because they're kind of a similar vibe, where it's like the emotion is very dark and heavy. The color palette is minimal. The texture is very like important. It's a very focused, oriented piece. Like, in general.
There's a lot of composition. There's always like a very main focus. The lighting choices are super cool and interesting, and really like zeroing in on one spot. Yeah, this one, it really is. It's gonna be easy to make an art challenge for this, but it's gonna be hard as hell to do because I'm not that great at composition. So I don't know. Let's get into it. Let's make this challenge.
All right. So basically, I have for this drawing challenge, I basically want to ask this question. After seeing everything, close it, put it off a big screen.
Okay.
Look at a blank screen.
Okay.
And without looking at the art that we just looked at, what do you feel like lasted? What was the lasting thing? Like, without looking at anything, that you like feel like stuck with you?
Definitely the bright colors, and honestly the eyes. Like, the glasses for Alucard, it really sticks out to me. The eye.
Okay.
I was really looking at like Powder's expression in that one piece. Like, I kept like looking back into it, like zooming in to get real close to like look at her face. And then, you know, the eyes for the Logan one is just so piercing in that one that it was the first thing that I feel like I paid attention to. I definitely, it's like mostly like the lighting choices, like the bright light and the eyes, honestly.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Those are 2 solid things to keep lasting. For me, it was definitely the very minimal color palette. Like, I really thought it was really satisfying, the contrasting color palette. The red and the blue, the very white gray and the red and black. Like, that was what stuck with me. So, I have a part 2. So, I'm going to ask you a question.
Oh, no.
Pick a color.
No! Shit! Oh my god, did you make that yourself?
Yeah, I made it myself.
Did you remember how to make it, or did you have to look it up?
I had to Google it. I I didn't remember. It's been so long.
Oh my god, I love these things. Oh my god, oh my god.
If you don't know, I'm going to put up in the screen, obviously. But I have made a fortune teller.
Yay, I love these things. Okay.
If you can't read it, it's pink, red, turquoise, and yellow.
I'm going to pick red.
R-E-D. All right, now you have to pick a number. If it's hard to see, it's 1, 2, 5, and 6.
Let's pick 2.
2? All right. 1, 2, whatever. 1, 2. So now you have to pick one of those numbers.
You know what? 7.
7? All right. Let's see what your challenge is. All right. Ooh.
Oh no.
So for your drawing challenge, repeat. You're gonna do something with eyes and lighting, and every 15 minutes you must flip your canvas.
What?
Which is good, because that helps you get out of tunnel vision.
Okay, that's cool. This was a cool idea. We're gonna do this more often. We're doing this shit. This is awesome.
So every 15 minutes you have to flip your canvas. I'm gonna do that. That works for me too, because I don't want to like use up all of the ones I made. I'm definitely gonna make another one, especially for our animation challenge.
Cool. Oh my god, this is good. Oh god, this is a good idea though. I like this.
Thank you. I was like, I thought about it, and because like I wanted to add more difficult challenge, not difficult, but I wanted something to help us like, I don't know, get more in like the groove of when we're starting to make art. And obviously I'm gonna start applying warm-ups, but I think an added challenge helps it be fun and also, more interesting. All right, so that is what we're gonna be doing. So recap, guys, for the pack. My sister is gonna make a piece that's gonna focus on eyes and lighting, and I'm gonna do a contrasting color palette, and we're just gonna draw something. For the next video, we're gonna probably do digital art and see what we can do in like a couple hours.
I'm so excited.
All right, pack, let's meet up in the next video. See you guys. Bye.
Bye.